City Hall and the mayor's office. We gonna give it to them because we want justice. We got to give it to them. So today I wanted to come on and talk to the people. I am a people person. I am a person for the people. I'm a champion for this local economy, reformation and change in the form of holding our leadership accountable. You guys, we have a meeting tomorrow at City Council that happens on Tuesday. You know, a lot of us, and I've been guilty of this before, where we are keyboard warriors, right? We get online and we don't mind getting on Facebook or Instagram and doing videos and Facebook posts of all the things that's going wrong in the city, all the things that we say and see needs to change. But you know what? I really want to encourage all of you guys out there listening, to you, the listener, because I just report and you do and you decide. But I want to encourage you to come out from behind your keyboard. I need you to go from being a keyboard warrior to be a community warrior, right? Because there's so many things that really need to happen in this city in the form of change. And one of the things that I want to talk about, because I believe in going straight for the throat punch, is I wanted to talk to you guys today about police reform. I don't know about you, but there has been so much going on within the Chattanooga Police Department in the form of toxic culture. 800-8949, 800-8949. If you are not tuning in via radio, then I need you to hop on Facebook and I need you to go to the Nooga Radio 92.7 page and I need you to interact with me through Facebook Live. I'm live on Facebook talking to you guys. I'm also on YouTube talking to you guys. Come on. But I want you guys to talk back to me because this is just a conversation. I'm not here to comb your hair, as my grandmother would say. I'm here to talk to you and I want you to talk back to me. But I want to talk to you guys about toxic police culture and really who's responsible for reform. Now, I don't know if you guys followed up on what happened last week at City Council. I was a part of that. David Tullis was a part of that as well as Nathan King from Concerned Citizens for Justice. We spoke to the council about a lot of the issues that the city is experiencing, and in particular, what is happening at the hands of police. And as an individual, when I spoke up, the only person who responded to me was Demetrius Coonrod. But even what Miss Coonrod said kind of left me a little bit aching in a way, which was it made it seem as if nobody within the council, because let's get this straight, no one council member is responsible for the change. They are a body. Right? They are a body with the backing of the mayor. The mayor is also part of that body. But they are a body who, and this comes out of the mouth of Councilwoman Coonrod, which was they voted to put in Police Chief Roddy because they expected there to be reform. And David Tullis covered it in the show last week, where that was the whole ticket that the community was sold upon, right? That if the council voted in this new person into the position of police chief, that we were going to get some new level of reform. Now, I don't know about you, but over the last several years, we have had instance after instance where police officers have not only been brought to justice or come to the light for police brutality, but also police misconduct. In 2015 alone, we had 3 officers and one of them a detective who were fired from the police department because of their actions. Folks, I don't know about you, but what that screams to me is that we have a serious problem. And I'm not just here to talk about the problems. I'm here to talk about solutions. 800-8949, 800-8949. What does police reform look like to you? Right? Because a lot of times when we talk about the problems that we have, that's kind of where we stay. We stay stuck on the issues. We stay stuck on the problems. But I want to discuss with you, what do you think police reform looks like? Does it look like replacing the military uniforms with polo shirts with just the Chattanooga Police Department insignia? Does it look like removing all of the extended Glock clips and all of the tasers and just people walking up to you and treating you like a person? Does it look like really taking a lot of the power out of city cops and giving it to the people who should be representing in the form of police of the people, which is the sheriff? The sheriff really is the elected official in the form of police that is responsible for taking care of the people. How is it that we have it to where it almost seems as if the sheriff is more afraid of the city cop and the city cop has more power than the sheriff? We elect the sheriff, correct? Mr. Hammond, I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking to you out of love and out of general concern, sir, where I really want you to take back the power that we gave you. I don't think you should be afraid of a city cop. I think you have the power to get these city cops into shape. Right. But what I want to do is really create an avenue with this show. I want to create an avenue 800-8949. I want to create an avenue with the community where we really begin to look at changing this city and changing the city from the inside out, because we have a lot of work before us, right? One of my personal mantras is you cannot overcome what you do not confront. And my grandmother always told me that, baby, you can solve your own problems, that you can solve your own problems if you want to. I believe that we have the capacity as intelligent people to really solve the problems that we have in the community. But can we get together and have discussions? Can we put egos to the side and have talks? And can we listen to one another? To the police officers out there, are you willing to listen to me, just a citizen? Can you put your badge aside and your uniform aside and remember that when you take that off, you go back to being a citizen, that you are my neighbor, that you are the person that I let cut line in front of me at the grocery store, that you're the person that I worship with on Sunday, that maybe you're the person that I stop and give gas to when you break down during the day on your way to work, when you got a flat tire. I'm your neighbor. I'm not your enemy. I'm your neighbor. I am your friend. And I'm here really to build a relationship with you. I'm not against you. What I am against is the continuous behavior that we have within the police department and how leadership is not willing to have a backbone and say that this is unacceptable. And so the people, what I need you to do is I need you to come from behind your keyboards. I need you to get up off of your couch. I need you to turn off the television. And I need you to come down and meet me at City Council. Meet me at City Council on tomorrow, starting at 5:30. Will you meet me there? Or will you sit back and continue to allow what's going on, right? Because maybe it just hasn't happened to you yet. Did you guys turn on the news yesterday and see that we had 5 people who were shot from outside of a club? There's a lot going on in the city. We need change. We need change in the form of reformation. But how can we have that if we don't even have conversations? How can we have that if the people don't apply pressure? I want to give the mayor, I want to give city council, I want to give the police chief an opportunity to step up. And then if it becomes a situation to where they do not, what are we, the people, willing to do as a next step? Are you willing to take it a step further? What are we willing to do to ensure that our streets are safe? What are we willing to do to ensure that when we get pulled over, we are policed justly and fairly? What are we willing to do to ensure that women don't get pulled out of their cars by their extremities? What are we willing to do? Because we can continue to place the blame on other people. And yes, we should hold leadership accountable. But at the end of the day, if nobody comes to our aid, are we willing to take our power back? Are we willing to take the power back and put it back into the hands of the community and the people? What do you think? 800-8949. Come on, talk to me. I can't figure this out on my own. I'm not smart enough to do it by myself. I need your help. I need you, the listener. You are important to me. I need you to talk to me about what it is that you think we can do. I believe we need to disarm police. I believe that. I believe that police need to go through cultural and sensitivity training. I believe that we live in America. America is a melting pot that has different people and cultures and religions and practices. And I don't know everything about the people who may be in my community. So when I run into people I don't know, I see that as an opportunity to learn, not an opportunity to be afraid. I'm not afraid of what I do not know. I embrace what I do not know. That is a learning opportunity for me. I believe the police have much to learn. What do you think? Do you think they have much to learn? 800-8949. I see people coming in and they're chatting with me on Nougat Radio 92.7 on Facebook Live. I'm also on Facebook Live. Come on, this is the day of technology. You don't have to listen in on the radio. You can also talk to me on Facebook Live. Thank you, Greg. I also believe that sentiment with you. Yes, we need to disarm police. And we really need to bridge an avenue to where police have respect for the community and the community can have respect and trust for officers. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult if we don't have these conversations, if we don't have these spaces where we can come together. It's very, very difficult for the people to trust the police. Because a lot of what we see or continue to see, especially now with the rise of social media, we continue to see video after video only highlighting the terrible actions of what I believe is just a few police officers. I believe that the majority of police officers who are in the police force have good intentions. I believe that the majority of the police officers out there put their life on the line every single day. And in this city, do it for little pay. I believe that the police officers in this city really would like to see the community change. But how can we get there? Can we get there with reformation? Do we believe that it's possible? I believe that it is quite possible. What do you think? 800-8949. Come on, talk to me. I want you guys to talk back to me. You, the listener. You, the listener, is important. I need you to talk to me because I can't figure this out on my own. I need your help. But when it becomes a situation, because Chattanooga, now, at this point in time, I kind of hit the mayor hard in a lot of things that I say because he is the CEO of Chattanooga, right? He is the chief executive officer of Chattanooga. But I kind of feel sorry for him because when he made his beautiful address about during the state of the city address that stated that this was a city of creators, he didn't really take time to highlight a lot of the things that are really going on within the city of Chattanooga. And unfortunately, with video after video, study after study, independent information after independent information, we continue to see that Chattanooga has a lot of problems. As a matter of fact, we found out just last week that Chattanooga is the 7th most worst run municipal in the nation. And that is above Flint, Michigan, which is still in a state of emergency for lead in their water. Now, I want you, the listener, to stop and think about that. How can we be in the top 10 of worst municipalities in the nation and still be a city of creators? How can we have poverty and homelessness on the rise and be a city of creators? How can we have 2 instances in under 3 weeks of women assaulted by the Chattanooga Police Department and be a city of creators? And how can we have the indifference of a governing body such as City Council and be a city of creators? Because I sat there. Maybe you have never been to a city council meeting. And if you haven't, I need you to go to a city council meeting. I need you to see what happens during a city council meeting, because I saw I believe his name is Ken Smith. He sat back and kind of chuckled at how quickly they were maneuvering through land deals for developers. But I didn't hear him say anything when I addressed the body about police misconduct. He was quite quiet. And what was also interesting, 800-8949, 800-8949. In that meeting, I remember the other day, as I was driving down the street, that during that meeting, we had Boy Scouts present. We had several Boy Scouts which were sitting in the back, who had the opportunity to see this body that was addressed about a very important community issue, to see their community representatives stand firm on the issue of protecting the very community that they serve. And these young men, these young boys, watched as me, a citizen, a young Black woman, tried her best to remain cool, calm, and collected as I expressed my frustration with what's happening within the city. And yet, none of their community representatives spoke up and said anything. And I believe these children missed out on a very valuable chance to be taught a beautiful lesson about what it is to be not only a citizen of Chattanooga, but also to be an American. And that is, we're all in this thing together, regardless of color, religious practice, gender. We're all Americans. We're all neighbors. We're all people. And what happens to me, whether you want to agree with me or not, happens to you. You know, there's a saying that goes that they came for the Indians and I did nothing. They came for the African Americans and I did nothing. They came for the Aboriginals and they came for everybody. And I stood silent and I didn't do anything. And then after everybody was moved out of the way, they came for me too. Do you believe it could be you? 92.7 Nuga Radio, 800-8949. Folks, this is our chance. We can't sit back and be silent about what's going on. And I'm just here to report, and I leave it up to you, the listener, to decide. But I am here to just create an avenue and a dialogue to where we can begin to have these important conversations. That's all it is. Just a talk, just a chat, this daily chat with you about what's going on in the city and how we, the people, can get involved. It's the Marie Mott Show. That's who I am. I'm just a person. I'm just your neighbor. You'll probably see me in my cute little afro on the street here afterwards. You'll definitely see me in the grocery store. You'll probably see me in worship on Sunday. I'm just your neighbor. I'm your friend. And I'm concerned about how we can make this city better. Chattanooga has so much potential. And you, the listener, I believe you have potential too. I believe you have something to add to this beautiful local economy. I believe that you have a power untapped, that you have a purpose God-given to be something, to contribute something that can take this city as a phoenix rising from the ashes and make it something beautiful. I believe that we have the potential to make this city a better place, not only for us currently, but also for our children. 800-8949, 800-8949. Y'all are going to memorize that number by the time I'm done with you. Call me and talk to me. What do you think about police reform? Do you believe that it can happen? Do you believe that city council has more power than they want to admit? Do you believe that city council has power that they can twist the arms if they have to? Folks, if they have to, you know, my mama would only ask me to do something once. And then there was some follow-up action if she had to ask me to do something more than twice, right? She might pinch me, right? So if city council says that Mr. Roddy, and Roddy, I give him credit. He said that he wanted to have that dialogue. And so what I expect from that is city council can't be timid, can't be shy about the interests of the people that they represent. And especially to Councilman Byrd, again, I want you to remember that young Black lady, that Black woman, yeah, she got to look at that $7 million investment, but she saw it with her face pressed against the concrete. Wow. I couldn't imagine that you could see some monetary investment and still not be treated as a human being in your own neighborhood. Mr. Byrd, will you stand up and say something? Will I hear from you tomorrow when I show up? Will you talk to me? Will you say anything to me? I expect that of you. 800-8949 Nougat Radio 92.7. I'm just giving it to you. We want justice, and I'm giving it to you. I thank you so much for joining in on the conversation. For those who joined in on the live stream on Nougat Radio 92.7 on Facebook, I thank you for those who may be tuning in on YouTube, and even for you, the listener, who may be tuning in on the radio. It's the Marie Mott Show, and I'm just here to be your friend, your neighbor, and give you a bird's eye view to what's going on in the city. I love you guys, and it ain't nothing you can do about it.